right, guys, welcome back again to the Knives Fast channel with two budget knives to look at. Two sweet new budget choices from Trivisa and Nuknives. Lots of value. Let's talk about these one at a time, and thanks for being here on the Knives Fast channel. Let's look at them first. This is the Nuknives, and I'm just calling it the EDC folder. There's another name floating around out there, but if you go to the Kickstarter, it's just called the EDC folding knife, and it is on Kickstarter as we speak. And this guy, look at that. Terrible effort. This is the Trivisa Arae, as I'm calling it. There are 3 versions available at White Mountain Knives, and you can use my code. Both of these are right around 50 bucks. This one's a little higher, but again, if you use my code, it'll get it below 50. So again, let's go over them one at a time like we've been doing. This is the Trivisa Arae. Here we go, there we go. And again, this comes by way of the Lefty Pass Around group, and we have lockback alert, okay. Very, very cool. A lockback design with a crazy looking back spacer behind the back spring. So, you know, on a lockback, you have a pivoting spring that comes up and down and locks the blade. See, there's your notch. And bam, it clicks in and locks the blade. But behind that, we've got a really cool back spacer. The couple of things here, we do have a reversible clip that is nowhere near a deep carry. You have a lot sticking out of the pocket. Lanyard hole here. And the interesting thing is you have a reversible clip, but I don't really care for this kind of bump here in the filler plate. I wish they had taken that corner off the filler plate. That's my first thing. Now, you do have contoured G10 here, black coated blade. It is in 14C, and again, there are 3 versions of this, and it is a lockback, which for me makes it a 2-handed closed knife. Now, as you can see, it can be a 1-handed open knife. Very nice choil here, great relief for sharpening. 4-finger knife, but guys, I gotta tell you, right off the bat, you know, I always say that clip, I feel it, but it's not a hot spot. We have a hot spot. This clip sticks up a lot here and here, and the way it's down further, this is a most definite hot spot for me on that clip. And I don't see those often. Usually I'll say, nah, not really. But can you adjust your hand around it? Kind of, but you still feel it there no matter what you do. And it's because we get narrow back here, and because that clip is in further, and because the clip is high. Now, good in and out of the pocket, good retention, carries fairly slim. You can see that blade is centered, but it is a little short on the blade to handle ratio. Doesn't quite come all the way out. Thumb studs for the open. Again, it's going to be different. Now, for a lot of you, you may just want to roll it open, but with that back spring tension, it's a little harder to flick it open. I can do it. Again, for me, lockbacks are 2-hand close. So, you know, still smooth on the action, but definitely different. Now, as far as cutting, this guy has been a pleasant surprise, as long as you don't, like Casey likes to do, go into the sharpening choil. But yeah, you can see it cuts just fine. It will do work, and it definitely, but you know, this part of the handle feels great. It does have some good texture to it. There's your Trivisa logo, black hardware, just blacked out everywhere. Very, very cool, nice swedge. My problem, again, is that clip. It's just too much for me. By the way, when we're locked up, no way. I mean, this thing is a bank vault. Very, very cool indeed. Let's do our specs real quick on this one and talk about the choices. Now, these are at White Mountain Knives, so this is $53.79, but if you use code Knives Fast, you get 10% off, and that's definitely going to bring it down below 50, okay? And there is a blue G10 version with 14C stonewash blade. No, satin blade, hand satin blade. Wow, for $51.99. There is a black micarta version with stonewash blade for $51.99. And again, this one is $53.79. Unfortunately, this particular, wow, is it really? Yeah, this particular one is out of stock. The other 2 are in stock. But we're going to give you the specs on this one. It is 7.78 inches overall with a 4.54 inch close length and a 3.3 inch blade. 0.12, nice and thin on the blade stock. The handle material is 14C, plain edge, 58 to 60 on the HRC, and 4.57 ounces overall, which, you know, isn't bad, but it's definitely got a little bit of weight to it. And the other thing I need to point out is this handle is thick, 5.3 at the widest, 5.4 at the widest point, which, you know, isn't terrible, but it's definitely thicker in the hand. We'll do our comparisons at the end. So let's get to the new knives. And I like this pouch, although, guys, I'm pretty sure they will not say who their OEM is, but I'm pretty sure these are made in China. So it's interesting to have the New Knives. I know New Knives is an American company, so that's the American flag, but I'm pretty sure this knife is made in China, although they haven't told me who their OEM is. Now, these are on Kickstarter as we speak, and again, I'm referring to it as the folding EDC knife because that's what they call it on Kickstarter, okay? You have a hollow grind, you do have a D2 steel blade, you have full exposed overlapping liners here, okay? Shadow box liners. You have white, not contoured, flat, and what's the word? Textured. Wow. Textured G10. Now, interesting thing here, we have silver liners with a black blade, black screws. So I would really love to see black liners and a black clip, but you know, it is what it is. Now, you have a notch here, so you can definitely reverse that clip. The clip is way deep carry. It is reversible, and you can just put that, you know, right in there. You do have a lanyard hole. It is a liner lock, and we're locked up at like 15 there. Good access to the lock bar, no chamfer, and we do have the scalloping, but we have a nice relief, and that bar moves super easy, okay? Not a problem, not an issue. Now, you do have a very nice sharpening choil, and again, we're hollow ground, guys. This is a fantastic cutter. I have been totally impressed since it got here. It has been great, and I have cut and cut and cut with this thing. Studs are in a good location. They're low enough to get you a good move here. Can we middle finger flick? Yes, easily. Great drop action on some bearings. I mean, this is really, really nicely done. Now, if I go over here to the Kickstarter, again, there are a ton of options, and I am not going to go through everything, but I will go through some of this. Now, you can get this G10 pocket knife with a silver, like a polished D2 blade, and those are $35 on Kickstarter right now. They're saying March of 2025 delivery. The black G10 with the black blade and the white G10 with the black blade are $39 each right now. There's also a G10 carbon fiber version for $62. There's also an Ultim version for $69. There is also a titanium version with the D2 blade for $89. So really cool stuff indeed. And you know, it's kind of hard to find the specs on here, so we're just going to do a few things here for you guys if we can. First things first, the blade stock is 0.125. The handle is going to be like right at, 0.46, almost 0.47. Again, lockup is great. No issues there. Dead center comes mostly out to the end, a little short. Locked up, like I said, at about 15. And my ruler is over here, so let's do this real quick. It is a 7-inch, let's see. It's just under 7. I would call it 6 3/4. You can see, though, I have a good 4-finger grip on this guy. Very nice. No jimping up here where it's usable, only on the front flipper, which does work very nicely. So again, we have a 2 and I'll call it 2 5/8 cutting edge with a 3-inch blade. You know, very nice overall. And I'm not going to get the scale out right now, but I would say this is like 3.5, 3.75, something like that ounces. Really nice indeed. Go check it out. I'll have the Kickstarter listed down below. So here is the Ontario Rat 1. Whoa. Okay. Ontario Rat 1 and the Ontario Rat 2. All right. You can see they're both smaller than the Rat 1. And the Nuknives is a little shorter than the Rat 2. And this guy is a little bigger than the Rat 2, the Arae from Trivisa. So there you go, guys. What do you think of these? I would love to hear down below. I know that was kind of rapid review style there, so I hope you enjoyed that very much. I think both are pretty excellent pocket knives. Again, flat ground here, hollow ground here. That's what I keep going back to. People have said $40 for D2, especially when you consider that this guy is $50 for 14C, and this is D2, which can be corrosive. Some people have said this one's a little high priced, but with the hollow grind, I think that pushes it over the top for me. I think that's a good price for that one. But to each their own, and let me know what you think down below, and definitely give me a comment and a like, and please make sure you've subscribed and hit that notification bell. And guys, thank you for watching the Knives Fast channel.